Wake up, Shinigami. You're chugging Bleach with the only podcast that unlocks your bunkai.
Welcome to Chugging Bleach, the only Bleach podcast that covers all of Bleach, step by step, year by year.
All of Bleach?
All of Bleach, actually. Yes, Dan.
Okay.
I'm joined today by, of course, my typical co-host, Dan, a Bleach lover.
That's me. Yes, I'm here, Dan, Bleach lover.
KZ Excellent, who also likes Bleach.
I do, but if this is all of Bleach, does that mean we cover the Bleach anime?
Actually, yes.
Oh, shit.
Right? I know.
No wonder I have so many notes about it.
And Mr. Bleach.
From Mr. Bleach's Wild Ride.
I know what staff of life means. Some people don't.
Thank you for remembering a quote from these episodes, because I didn't have any quotes. I just had things I liked.
Today we're covering episodes 69 through 73.
Nice.
Damn it, my intro should have been peeping as a crime.
God, yeah.
This is the start of the actual Bount arc.
Yes.
Instead of whatever we watched last time.
It sure is evident in the first, 3 minutes when Dan goes, this is so much better than every other episode after 3 minutes.
Yeah. The first fucking 3 minutes, it's like, this is so much better than the last 5 episodes we watched. What the hell?
Yeah. But you can also listen to this podcast early. Can you tell them how you do that?
You can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcasts. For as little as $5 a month, you get early access to this show and our other anime podcast, Mondo Cool, as well as exclusive access to a Patreon exclusive show that involves you, the patron, voting on something related to that show. You also get extended armchair dev pitches and gamer premonitions sometimes when Dan feels like it. That's patreon.com/gbpodcasts. And if you don't have money, you can help us by telling your friends. And if you don't have any friends, you can make some and then tell them about us.
Yes, you can. We believe in you.
Yeah, make some by telling them about how cool the Bounts are.
Thank you so much, Phil. I will remember to tell my friends. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Did you know there's a Patreon? You can...
What?
Yo!
Yeah, we actually run that.
You know, as it turns out, I already pledged $5 to it.
That seems insane, but thank you, KZ.
Hey, whatever helps me get money later by losing money now.
He's after that coveted patron role.
It's important.
Okay, Dan. We're going to have to go through these events.
Sound effect for Bob dropping the entire show on me.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. It's only 60% of the show.
That's optimistic.
Right, it's more like 80.
So we start with episode 69. I write a note. This better be about that 69 guy. It is not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you asked me, and I'm like,
No, I'm sorry.
They're fools. I don't know how they didn't line this up. It should have just cut away from everything else and done an episode about that man.
So
That would have been really funny. Just like the Don Kanoji version of an episode, but with only about him.
Yeah, it's like the Soul Society doing things we really don't want to see. It'll be great.
oh my God. That's a nightmare. We open episode 69 on the 3 jobbers introduced last time in a bad fisheye as it pans around the room because they're all in Urahara's shop. The fisheye effect exaggerates Orihime's boobs even more, which they really don't need the help. Yeah, because in this scene they drew them extra large.
Dream blunt rotation.
Don't worry, you can 100% have a tracking chart of these episodes of Orihime's cup size. It just keeps going up.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
I mean, with the way animation works in these filler episodes, it just goes everywhere. It's not necessarily up all the time.
It's
true.
On average per episode.
Yes, on average per episode, for sure.
Yeah.
You can slowly hear the shh as they inflate over the course of many, many sagas.
It's just like that female character in Hellsing. It's like,
oh my God.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah, her tits sure do swell up big over the course of Hellsing.
At least the writer literally says, yeah, I keep doing this. I don't know what happened.
I just go to draw and last time wasn't good enough. Anyway, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Urahara explains that these bounce, as they talk about, have a special reishi that comes from their sweat that reacts to compounds of the human soul. It traces back to the bounce. They realize this special reishi. They're humans with special powers. A bounce can absorb human souls. They are in fact soul vampires. And as they recount the fact that, unlike the Quincy's, which are stupid and die, bounce are, immortal like vampires, so they can keep living as long as they consume these human souls. And they show this by being like, here's like 100+ years ago, and this one bounce would still be alive today to see the glory that is the Toyota Asimo robot.
It's a good robot.
I'm like, are you serious right now? This is how you represent 2006.
That was the crowning achievement of the year. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, they love that fucking robot. He got to play mahjong with Hitler.
Stop that.
So I write the note. Yeah, they're vampires. Normally, they absorb the soul from a human while Konso is being performed on them. But now it seems like they're doing it before that happens. They are consuming living human souls. My note here says killing people kills them. Because, of course, they needed to explain that if you eat their soul, they die.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was pretty weird.
It's a filler. We have to explain every obvious thing or else we might have to draw more.
Urahara says, hey, Ririn, you should go to Ichigo's place since these mod souls have reishi sensors, and that'll help everyone, keep track of stuff. And he assigns to the different mod souls from last time to different people. But Uryu doesn't get one, and he goes, well, Uryu's safe because he's a nerd. And Uryu's just like, oh.
Yeah, why are they like? Why are they like? Let's send the one that's obviously a sexual predator to Orihime's house.
Yeah, because
she gets that one.
Urahara's unhinged.
Yeah,
maybe she'll man up and just punch him in the spine.
The one that I sent to her previously to pretend to be your brother and emotionally wreck her.
Uh-huh.
It's a little messed up.
Just a little, you think?
Urahara, I think this is worse than he is in any non-filler content. I don't understand.
Well, it's the worst he is so far, so yeah, probably. The Ninja Nova is told that he's going to Chad's place, and he zips up his eye hole.
Yes! Yep. His character design then jumps to a 10 because of this.
Urahara then goes, yeah, we're gonna stick you guys in stuffed animals. It's gonna be really cool, so that way they can't find you. I don't know, but you're gonna be stuffed animal.
It's gonna be more marketable.
It's gonna be drastically more marketable, and that's when my note of this is already better than the last 5 episodes kicks in. And they all leave. Yoriichi is still with Urahara though, and she goes, if I didn't know better, I would think you know more than you're letting on. And Urahara says, it's a good thing you don't know better, channeling every guy who dates exclusively dumb girls. I was like, Jesus, Urahara. So yeah, Bob, I'm going to say this is possibly the worst he's ever been.
Yeah, I don't think he ever gets this bad again. It's so messed up.
It's fucking bad. We hard cut from that scene, which had me laughing so hard, to like a little shopping mall area, like a little shopping district where they're playing the ending song echoey as though it's playing out of one of these shopping centers, these stores. And the dolls from the outro are here. And this is incredible. Because now Chad is going to win a stuffed doll in order to stick the mod soul in. And the ninja is going to be the turtle. This is really good. It's a 10 out of 10. We have a scene where they're at Chad's house and they just stare at each other silently.
Yes.
Yeah. The greatest duo in Bleach history.
Yes, it's great. It's like 30 seconds of just silence. And then Cone starts screaming that Chad and the ninja are going to confuse people. They need to talk so that way people realize their TVs aren't broken. Then we cut to Ichigo because Cone is explaining why Cone's at Chad's place. Mm-hmm. We cut to Ichigo trying to figure out what doll to stick Ririn in. And it's like, okay, well, we see this outdated looking doll, this outdated looking doll. this design of bear I don't remember the name of from the mid-aughts that wasn't the so-called pedo bear, but the other popular bear in 2006 that I cannot remember the name of. I was like, oh, hey, it's that bear. Fuck, what's the name of that? And then I realized Monokuma replaced it in my brain, and that is not its name.
No.
But it was on the ground, and I was like, man, you could have had that. That's unfortunate. But Ririn steps on the medallion, and then her soul pops out, and it lands in a bird, and it's a great bird. It's an incredible bird. So then I tried to buy that bird on Etsy, and oh, man, someone makes a really rough one of those on Etsy, and they've been trying to sell it for 5 years now.
Yeah.
God.
It was a rerim when the edible hit.
It really was.
They sewed like her face onto her hood, and it was really bad.
It was unfortunate. I think this bird design's great. I think we should get one that's really well made, and then attach it to Bob's shoulder for an entire live stream.
I think there was official ones, so you might be able to poke around like eBay and find one of those.
That'd be good. We did see some slightly better stuff.
Yeah, there is an official one I found, but couldn't find for sale anywhere. So hopefully that comes up at some point.
Maybe someday. If you have a Ririn bird doll and you're not using it and you don't have diseases, consider sending it to our P.O. box.
Oh, wow. I just found it on Etsy. That is rough.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It has a pipe cleaner for
its
pipe
legs.
cleaners for legs.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty rough. I know she looks like a bird.
Yes, I was also like, she looks like a bird.
She looks like a bird. Once she changes bodies, she can't go back because that's not a thing she could do on her own.
Yeah.
Cone makes fun of her for being a bird, and she beats the crap out of Cone. It's very good.
So currently she's like a 10. Just delete Cone.
Absolutely. And Cone's bleeding from the mouth, and it's really good. But anyways, we cut to the modern timeline. Cone is demanding that Chad joins him for a trip to Orihime because that old man may be making her uncomfortable. They head over to her house, and Chad, and then he's like, "Oh, we should just look in the window, or we should just check in to see that everything's okay. I'm really worried about that sound." And Chad goes, "Peeping is a crime." And he goes, "No, who's talking about peeping? I'm just gonna look in the window." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's just Cone will always be a sexual predator. It's really bad.
We got a lot of those right now, actually. Thankfully.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in these sets of episodes.
Orihime makes a sound, and they go, "Oh no!" And Cone busts down the door. And the old man is a rabbit now, and he looks horrifying. And I now understand that one being so different in its design in the outro, and not as good because it's a rabbit, but its ears are like attaching to the straps.
Yeah, it's like a purse
like a
rabbit.
backpack.
Because it's like a purse doll. She's ecstatic about it. She's like, "It's very avant-garde, very chic." And he's like, "Okay, whatever. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder," he says with his fucking jewel eyes.
It's just...
Yeah.
It feels like he's intentionally hideous, and I kind of like that.
He is absolutely intentionally hideous, which makes the later thing that happens very funny. But they immediately sense a bout. And they're like, "Oh no." And then we cut to some lady who's aware she becomes aware that she's a woman in anime and completely loses all willpower and just waltzes over into an alley at night and
Yes, the siren song goes off.
And then a Bount is there and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna eat your soul."
She's like, "Okay."
I write this note. I want this bird doll.
That's when the dark times happen.
We then cut to the alley, and it's like, "Oh no, she ate the lady." And then Ichigo shows up, and then Ichigo chases her. And then we cut to Chad and Orihime, who were the actual people who sensed it at first. They're just calmly walking to the Bount that they sensed.
I'm sure it's not eating someone. We can take our time.
Yeah.
So you want some Popeyes? We could just stop by Popeyes.
They got nuggets now.
This
Oh, look, the grocery store has a sale.
This weird Bount lady who already consumed someone, the one from the earlier episode, the last episode of the last set, she's running away from Ichigo, and she now gets cornered in an area that this proves how damaged I am. It just reminded me of the Castlevania Resurrection beta buildings.
Wow, dude.
Because it looked exactly like that, and I'm like, this ain't done.
Just to be clear, she didn't finish eating that lady. That lady was just unconscious.
Yes, she was just unconscious. She consumed someone at the end of the last episode, or tried.
Yeah, she tried there as well, also failed.
So that means she's morally okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, she didn't finish killing anyone.
And then,
Yes.
And then the lady who's cornered just goes, Zigare Hiata. And then fire comes out, and it's very cool. And then the fire forms into an infernal from World of Warcraft. But red. Or as Bob
Those
said,
look a little bit better.
Yeah, these
Yes.
are the ones from Warcraft 3.
I think those still look better.
yeah, it's not hard to be like that.
It's like a black silhouette that they just put fire around.
Yeah, they put fire lines on it.
Yeah.
They start fighting, though. Ichigo starts attacking the stand, and Bob goes, "This looks like a normal fight scene," which says how bad the last set of episodes were. When you just say that out loud when animation starts playing.
Yes.
Whoa.
Cone is being dragged along by Chad. There's no, reason.
But it's fun.
Chad's just crushing it with his left hand, and Cone's like, I want to go home, please. Oh, God. And apparently they're headed for another bout because they're in some other area. They run up on a dude, and he turns into sand, and they're like, oh, no. What happened to this guy? And then they go, and they look up, and there's a dude standing in the moonlight. Another one of these bounts.
But this one has a huge chin.
Yes, and he goes, I'm always grateful to my food. I treat it with the utmost respect. However...
And then he goes...
And then he says fava beans. He says,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm too full. Maybe some other time. And then he runs away. And then the turtle goes, we're dealing with more than one bout. We cut back to Ichigo fighting the Infernal. The rabbit says, hey, you need to stay calm and observe his weakness. And he goes, oh yeah. And then he just looks at him. And then he goes, I'm gonna stab his heart.
The heart, that's a good weakness.
That's a good weakness. So he stabs it and it explodes, and he's like, yeah, see, fucking owned. And then the chunks just start flying at him, and he's like, oh no, this sucks.
Oh no, this is the Yellow Devil?
We really get Yellow Devil later with the water shit, but
Yeah, that's just Green Devil.
yeah, that shit sucks.
Whenever somebody is fighting a bout in these episodes, they turn into a really bad Overwatch or Team Fortress 2 player, where it's like, man, maybe I should shoot the person standing in the back that seems to be controlling affairs. No,
I will not
I'll
shoot
just
the
keep
medic.
fighting this thing right here.
No, I'm gonna keep shooting fucking Reinhardt's shield.
It'll run out eventually.
Eventually, it'll run out.
So bad.
But they also can't aim, so they're missing.
They can't hit the barn.
Yes, correct. I've seen those players. I'm getting PTSD, so we're moving on. This lady bout yells, finish him, to the Infernal, and the Infernal starts doing a double fireball thing that looks pretty cool and launches it at Ichigo, and Ichigo's like, ah! And then lightning strikes, and it stops the fireball, and it turns out it's Rukia, and that's the end of the episode. And then we have an explanation for an ending bit from another episode. You see... Toshiro keeps getting snacks from that other guy because they both have Shiro in their names.
He gives a fucking Christmas.
He gave him a fucking stocking, a giant stocking of food, of snacks.
It was really good. Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Episode 70 starts. At the end of the intro, they choose one of the faces from the beginning of the intro to just freeze frame on while they say the Okurishmasu thing. Which, of course, they took that part out for the U.S. release. This time they chose Rukia's face, and hers is the worst in the entire intro. And I'm like, what are you doing? What were you thinking? You know this is the worst one.
This was so rough that you said that, and it forced me to focus on every image they flash at the start of the third opening, because they show 80 characters, and I'm like, you're right, that's the only bad one.
There we go. I'm just going to post Rukia's face. It's really good. It looks like
God,
it's
that
pasted
looks
on.
so bad.
Yeah, I don't.
It does.
It is literally the worst face in that intro, so I don't know why they froze on it, but whatever. We cut to the actual episode.
You lift it up and she's crying like that guy wearing a mask of his own face, smirking.
Oh, yeah,
but he's
yeah.
actually crying.
Rukia Jack, yeah, she's just under there crying. But yeah, we cut to the episode now. Rukia says she's never seen this power before. And then she yells, "It's too big for me to stop it," after stopping it in the last episode. Doesn't matter before. A snake bound. A snake. Oh my God. I'm trying to remember the exact shot because it was a little insane.
Yeah, I think that the snake attacks the other Bount.
Yes.
Wraps up her hands.
Yes.
And also snakes fly at Rukia and Ichigo.
Yeah, and it makes hilariously insane, unhinged snake sounds.
Yes.
Which are like, no snake could make that sound. What the fuck? The snake has vocal cords.
But I think they did some pretty neat animation stuff here where the snake slams into something, then turns into a piece of rebar, and it looks pretty neat.
Yeah, that time was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Then we get some weird lines that don't necessarily match up with some other stuff, but this snake one, which was the one that Chad and Orihime ran into. He goes, "Where I come from, food doesn't talk." And then he looks at this other Bount and he goes, "Now time to take you home." This is when his major snake that hangs out on his shoulder, Frida. Yeah, when he first said her name, I'm like, Frida Lay. Wraps up the other Bount's arms and says, "You will obey us." And I'm just like, what the fuck Cobra Commander shit is this? Rukia and Ichigo are kind of losing it. They're like, "Hey, what? Aren't you two supposed to be on the same side?" And then I go, "Obviously not." This is super obviously not a teamwork thing. They're freaking out over, I believe it was Rukia who said the line, "What kind of power do Bounts have?" Just out of confusion. And it's just like, okay, she clearly doesn't know anything about this. Snake Bount makes off with the Fire Bount. Rukia goes, "What were those two?" So I guess Ichigo yells that other word because she doesn't even know that they're Bounts. All right. Oh my God. No. Is this when this happens? Let me see if I have a picture. I do.
Oh no.
So we get a snap zoom on Rukia.
Oh God.
There you go.
No.
There's our picture of Rukia.
No. It snaps to that, then cuts to a detailed drawing.
Yeah, then it cuts to actually Rukia.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's
She looks like this one specific cryptid that I can't remember the name of right now that has a head the exact same shape.
Yeah.
The Flatwoods monster. She looks like the Flatwoods monster.
I was just going to say she's just a gray but painted with human skin.
This was a rough 60 seconds between that and just
In the intro shot.
my note that just says Ichigo didn't watch the episodes because he knows nothing.
Yep. So Rivian, still a bird doll, of course, starts freaking out or starts talking. Rukia freaks out about it. Oh my God, Phil.
Oh my God!
Okay.
She's so big.
But yeah, Ruki is freaking out over this stuffed doll talking, as she phrased it, and I'm like, did she forget about Cone? But yeah, Rukia can't tell if the Bounts are allies or enemies, but she thinks Kororo is very, very cute when she gets introduced to, Kororo and Nova as dolls, because they meet up with Chad and Orihime. A note I did not write because it's not as important as Rukia thinking that Kororo is cute as the bunny.
Yes, and then Orihime thinks it's a love triangle because they both like the bunny.
And then Cone says, "I wish I was in a love triangle." And that was the reaction we had watching it too.
Yes.
We're just like, yeah, it's a bit's happening, and soon they will move on to something that is not this bit.
Yep, and so they do. There's a white-haired dude with a red shirt in a shithole-looking room, gazing out the window, and he goes, "It's beautiful, isn't it?" And I'm like, Japan, or you're just like, looking at buildings, bro.
Finally, the dude with the bad dress shirt from the ending is here, where like one chunk of it's black.
It's a great design.
It is. Well,
Yeah.
whatever. It's Troy Baker before he became too good for anime.
We get some lines. He became too living in California for anime. We get some lines where this guy talking to the female Bount, the Fire Bount, says, "You and I sure could never become bright lights, you know. Did you eat a good meal? It's important to stay healthy."
Doesn't he like brush her face with his giant Ken Street Fighter 5 story mode hands.
Love that that's the metric for way too big hands now.
Yes, that's
just hugging his son in the Street Fighter 5 story mode.
That's the 5. That's the bar now. Yep, Street Fighter 5.
So this is the point where I had to immediately pause and go, is this person voiced by Vic? Just furiously typing into Google.
Because of that.
Whenever there's like a really rapey scene now in anything, in any anime, I'm like, is Vic involved?
You're like, is on a scale of 1 to 9 million, how uncomfortable am I going to be? In this scene, though, the other one who kidnapped her, the snake bounce, says, I'm afraid Yoshino doesn't understand her position here. And he's like, oh. And she's not asking for forgiveness. And then Yoshino goes, I don't need forgiveness. And then he says she's too weak and foolish, and it's very good dialogue.
And Castlevania music's playing in the background.
Yoshino looks like she's going to do a thing, but then fucking Snake Dude pulls out a medallion. She's going to counter with her finger gauntlet and bracelet, and then Troy Baker says, hey, don't. I'll hurt you.
Oh, okay.
And he slips into the Joel voice for a second. It's very...
Don't do that, Ellie.
God.
Ellie has a Zanpakuto toe. No, she has like the hollow mask, like Ichigo's hollow mask, and she's nuts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we need this.
I'm going to need somebody to fill out the other half of her face on The Last of Us Part 2 title, the box art with a hollow face.
Oh my God. We're going to forget this and it's going to fucking hurt.
Yeah, that's going to feel like a bulldozer just hitting me.
Yeah.
We cut to Rukia, Chad, and Orihime. They're coming over to Ichigo's house. Ichigo's dad, he's positive this is a dream, so he just punches Ichigo's spine. He just beats his child. He's like, yeah, I bet that would have hurt if it was a real dream or real life, but this is obviously a dream. Why are hot chicks coming over to my son's house? And then Ichigo dive kicks him.
My son is only 6 feet tall and looks like a Chad. No girl would ever be interested in him.
It's dipshit dad syndrome. It happens. We then cut to Ichigo's bedroom where Kon is humping a pillow while saying Rukia's name. People go, hey, Rukia, didn't the Soul Society tell you about these bounts? And she goes, no. Renji
Functional
calls
organization.
Yes, exactly. Renji calls on the phone and busts into Ichigo's house and is like, hey, how's it going? And Ichigo's dad's just like, Jesus Christ, who are you?
Yes.
It's really good because he's still wearing his hippie outfit.
He's got a new hippie outfit, thank you.
Okay. That's important. It cuts back to the room. They do the cone bit again. Rukia says it's apparent that they were all sent here to deal with this problem because there are 3 times as many Soul Reapers for a given populace in this area right now.
We get the exact ratio, which is weird.
Yes, we do. I didn't write it down because I knew it was bullshit numbers.
It is bullshit, but it's 1 for every 50,000 humans, which it sounds like they're Walmart being like, okay, they need 50,000 people before we can build the superstore that has groceries.
We'll open a second register.
We have self-checkout.
We didn't cut to school. Rukia's there. Orihime's there. Chizuru is very straight.
Yeah, like always.
Like always.
I'm so used to the big honkers. I'm down for flat girls for the moment.
Rukia explains that she brainwashed everyone with a weird rabbit pop-up hand thingy. Ichigo's like, jeez. And then Uryu comes up on them and sees Rukia freaks out. He's like, Rukia, what are you doing here? And the other 2 guys are like, ha. Why are you sweating? Are you into her? We cut to outside. Orihime cooked. She cooked rice balls. She's like, hey, you want rice balls? And Rukia's like, I'll eat rice balls. And then she goes, wow, these are like a cream-filled donut, but they're not a donut and they don't have cream in them.
She did say they were pudding-filled rice balls.
Yeah, she says custard in the sub. So yeah, it's fucking pudding.
Ugh.
Great. I'm going to read my note. I'm not going to try to determine what occurred. Ryu gets told to sit down.
Oh, yeah, because they were all leaving.
Yep.
And they're like, no, don't go.
They all abruptly sensed a thing, and they're like, oh, we gotta go. And he's like, me too, let me just get my cane. And they're like, shut the fuck up, old man, sit down. And he's like, oh, no.
And my note for this part is, I like Kago, which I assume is because he just started screaming and shitting himself because everyone was leaving.
Oh, he says, why do I get left out of all the fun? And his friend goes, it's probably because they don't like you.
And I was like, I like Kago. He's Yuri Lowenthal doing that thing he does.
What is it he says? I would be the first person to know if people didn't like me.
Yeah.
I was like, doubt.
We cut to Sidewalk City Street shopping area. Can't remember the name of it, but you could hear Spike Spencer inside trying to buy something with Soul Society money.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really good. I was like, finally, this arc is saved.
Yes.
His ass gets tossed out the front fucking door. And it's really sad. And he's like, oh, why would they take my money? And then the entire main cast runs over him. And then she goes, did anyone else other than me think that guy looked familiar? They run up on Snake Dude. Snake Dude's soul patch looks like a dark nicotine patch he just put on his chin.
It looks really shitty.
Yes.
It is unbelievably fake.
What, you don't paint your soul
sure
patch on?
is.
This dude reminds me of that guy from Fooly Cooley, but instead of eyebrows, it's a soul patch.
It's pretty rough.
Oh, man, he sure is into snakes. Anyways, there's some smack talk here. It doesn't really matter. The medallion thing turns its chain into a weird tail whip. So he starts whipping around and smacking the cement and everything's crazy. And then the cement becomes snakes. And then Kororo's chain becomes a snake. And then there are snakes everywhere. That's the fight.
Yeah, there's a bunch of snakes.
There's a really funny shot where things are turning into snakes. And it's like, we didn't feel like trying on this shot, so we're just going to use like a really bad tween of a hose on a spool turning into a snake.
Uryu shows up and he's like, hi, I'm here too. Isn't it cool? And they're like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, I can sense stuff. I'm here. Everything's really, I'm going to help. And then the snake bounce like, what? Do you not have powers? What's with that guy? I'm going to kill the shit out of him.
Yeah, he literally has the line of, so what's your superpower?
He's like, oh.
And then there's nothing. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll fuck you up now.
He immediately goes, that guy's the weakest among you, and I also want to know what a Quincy soul tastes like, so I'm going to take him.
Yeah. I looked at him and I'm like, he looks like a fucking nerd and he hangs out with other people. I guess he's a Quincy.
I forgot to mention the conclusion of Troy Baker talking to Yoshino was that she got sealed in a room.
Yes, she got sealed in a room with fucking cardboard Amazon boxes.
Yep, and a lock on the door, like some weird padlock, like it's a jail cell or whatever. And we now cut to her exploding the door off and running away. And Troy Baker's still standing at that window, stares out, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, like I guess she's leaving.
It was like clockwork.
I guess that didn't work, huh?
Yeah,
I really thought that a padlock and a broom closet would stop a superpower.
Would contain the person who could summon an infernal. That's really cool.
Yeah, you were like, oh man, I wonder if anyone noticed that, and immediately cuts to him going, oh, okay.
He's like, oh, I noticed that.
I guess she wanted to leave. Maybe she's going to like Wendy's.
Man,
I should text her my order.
I wish I should text her my order. Yeah, I wish that literally happened. But the episode basically ends here, and then we get our radio cone segment, which is Hanatoro trying to apply for various jobs and getting rejected. He's like, I have lots of good qualities. For example, I'm really hard to notice, and I could go unnoticed. That's pretty cool. They all keep rejecting him, and he's like, oh, I don't have any money to buy food, and I was sent here by Unohana to investigate this world. And he passes out on the sidewalk, and right as he does that, a convenience store employee exits the building to see him passed out. And they're like, oh.
And I'm like, yes.
And I'm like, man, what an improvement over the last set of episodes. We open episode 71. I will be quick because this is a bad fight.
Yes.
Snake Dude wraps the lady up in a snake. Kororo wants to give up because there's no way both sides can't win in a situation like this. Uryu offers himself in exchange for the woman. The exchange goes through. The snake slams Uryu into the ground, cracking his skull and giving him mild brain damage because holy shit, that was fucking savage. I don't know what the hell is up with that.
Yeah, this guy doesn't know how hostage situations work.
No.
You're not supposed to beat the shit out of the hostage when they're complying.
Right? It's insane. And then he just goes completely... None of his lines about food actually add up. He goes, sometimes I like to play with my food before I die, and it makes the meal that much more enjoyable. And I'm like, man, they really don't know how to write this guy at all. Fire Lady shows up and attacks with fire everywhere. The battle disperses, and they're like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that snake guy got away. And then they look at the road, and the snake guy's still here, so he makes more snakes.
Yes.
This scene hasn't gone on long enough. I'm sorry.
The very next note, a part of the same note, just the end of this one, I write, I hope this guy dies soon. This is getting old. More snakes. Then Renji shows up with the Urahara crew. Ururu lights them up with a fucking flat cannon. It's really good.
Yeah, the ultimate anti-bout weapon, a gun.
Yes. Fucking minigun is nuts.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And that just sort of ends the battle.
Yeah, then he gets away somehow. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
it's the ultimate gun. He just fucking runs. He's like, fuck.
I would hope that it ends it. I love the way they shoot the gun. Like they draw it in where it's like the gun. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, of course she's using the gun.
Drunken pervert shows up at R&D.
Uh-huh.
Joker says, I didn't invite you.
Joker?
It's been long enough. I also forgot his name.
Kurtsuchi. Okay.
I'm like, I'm not naming him. We're just moving on with these names. I'm the one recapping. I choose the rules. Anyways,
Some
Kyotoru.
people's like, I have no idea who the fuck they're talking about.
Whatever. If they can't get Joker at R&D and how this conversation goes, then they don't watch Bleach. Kyotoru was doing research and wants data on the bounce. Apparently, all the material in the central library disappeared. And then Joker goes, I decide what's a problem and what isn't. And this is a problem. Yeah. And then
My speaking is animated like a South Park Canadian for this scene.
Oh, yeah, it is.
and Kyoto is like, well, you know, you're so smart. I'm here and I'm asking you for this info and we need to solve this problem. Joker's like, how about you go through the proper channels? And that apparently would take 3 months. And Kyoto goes, so I take it you're not going to actually give me the data. And Joker goes, nope. And he goes, I hope you burn. And then he goes, what did you say? And then he goes, nothing. Anyway, people talking shit about your dumbass. If you want to know about you, you'll have to go through the proper channels. And he leaves, and Joker just rages and goes, I'll just delete the data you want. He wants. I'll show him. What do you mean there's a password on it? I didn't authorize this. What the hell's going on? Assistant, get over here. I'm yelling at you. I'm upset, and I'm taking it out on you. And then Kyoru is at the door, and he's like, oh, all right. Okay, I'm leaving now for real. We got to Urahara's. They say, Yoruichi hasn't come home yet. We need her now. We need her to find Uryu.
Where is she? She's not here, so I don't know.
Bob points out soul ribbons exist. I need him to stop doing that.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah, Bob, I'm not even there, and I'm going to need you for their sake to not point out incongruities in lore during filler.
That was rough.
Yeah, it was real bad at this point. My only note for this whole scene is they will definitely kill Uryu in this filler arc.
Yes, you said that out loud as well. I'm going to need you to not do that either.
No, you need to do that because I was thinking it for the last episode straight. Urahara goes, you need to calm down, Ichigo. You'll fall right into their hands. And then Ichigo's like, okay, I'll calm down. And he sits down, and it's a whoopee cushion. It's hilarious. And Cone did it, and everybody laughs.
And then Cone gets kicked in the face.
I wrote that. Funny fart joke, comma, I laugh.
Uryu is in bed, wrapped up. Apparently, the firebound lady is taking care of him. She goes, you're a Quincy, aren't you? He's like, yeah, I'm a Quincy. What do you want? Please don't have sex with me. And she's like,
God damn it, that really is how it feels.
She wants him to recap it losing his powers. And he goes, I'm the last Quincy. This is how I lost my powers. And then she goes, that must feel very, very lonely. And then he just looks sad.
technically I'm not the last Quincy, but my dad's too busy being like a doctor or whatever because it pays the bills more than being a spiritual warrior.
So we cut back to Urahara's place. Urahara's like, back in the day at R&D, which is where I worked with the Joker, we wanted to research balance because of their residue. It affects space when it's in large quantities.
I started blacking out.
I forgot this was the secret real problem of the bounce.
This was a dude.
I knew nothing about this.
This was a dude who was zoned out staring at this extension cable he needs to power this entire house. And then he just stares at an outlet free at his neighbor's house and walks over and plugs it in. And he's like, yeah, it's all connected. It all works now. And I'm like, good job, writer. But you see, guys, if there's enough of this weird residue that's powerful reishi, it'll connect this world to Hueco Mundo, which is where the hollows live.
Yeah, the hollow world in Spanish.
The hollow world, where the hollows live in the hollow world.
Yeah, their neighborhood.
They abruptly find Uryu. He's in a hospital and has a baby hand. I will now post it.
No, don't post that!
I'm gonna post. I'm posting his baby hand. You can't stop me from posting his baby hand. You must see baby hand.
Remember, that's That's farther out from his face.
God, it's so tiny.
It's still not quite the level of Conan pretending to be that adult and holding the screwdriver through his arm.
Yes.
Looks like he has a tiny little baby hand.
Uryu explains the female bound basically just wanted to talk. She says to Uryu in this flashback, if you give me a chance to explain it, then I won't hurt you. And I'm like, this is me replying to idiots on Twitter. He explains, she explains to him, we were strictly forbidden from taking the soul of a living person ever. If we did that, we'd get so strong we'd affect space. For example, we could just pass into the afterlife. That would completely destroy the balance of the world. That has kept us from doing this until now. However, a Bount has recently emerged to do just that. His name is Jean Karia. She attacked a living person to gain strength to attack Jean Karia. She realizes she was wrong now. There's a prophecy about the outcome. It will be determined by Quincy, probably Uryu's dad.
I wanted to be Uryu's dad because he's the funniest character in the series.
And we haven't even seen him yet.
We've gotten one line in one episode.
And then
that's right.
There's
we did.
no profit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
Do you know why I don't want to be a Quincy? Because there's no profit in it.
And I'm like, okay, 90s kids movie villain.
This is what I write this random note. Did you know Orihime is supposed to be 99 pounds? And that's when I channeled the movie Liar Liar and go, yeah, in her bra.
Yeah, this is also the session where you're like, how tall is Rukia? And I look it up, 4'8.5".
Yep. I have to keep reminding myself because I'm like, Rukia is drawn so short in so many scenes, but not all of them.
Not all of them. Sometimes she's very tall.
Yeah, her and Orihime are the same height in multiple scenes. It's real good.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. They just drew Orihime twice, reduced the chest side, and put Rukia's head on it. I'm like, what are you doing?
They're like, we want Orihime on the left. You're going to have to just draw Rukia's hair on that one.
I write down the line, are you sure letting her roam around is a good idea? Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. I don't know if someone said that or if I wrote this about them doing something, but it doesn't matter because, oh no, they're jobbers.
Yes, we got jump to Kiria with his jobbers.
I write that note, oh no, jobbers.
Yeah.
Then write a sub note, oh no, not jobbers, - Bob.
Oh no, Dark Lord candidates.
Yes.
The most Dark Lord candidates yet.
This is Dark Lord candidates at home.
Yes. Yes.
Every time there's this really great note in the post segment. Apparently, every time Sabimaru has been broken, they deducted it from Renji's paycheck.
Yes.
That makes zero sense. What are you talking about?
Right? I have no idea. You thought it would just heal on its own, like, because it's part of his spirit, but no.
No, apparently not. We then cut to a shack where Kinpachi's inside and he screams, no one come in. And they're all like, What is going on, my man? It's taking forever. It's been 3 hours. We're gonna die. What are you doing? And it cuts inside, and he's just carefully putting the bells on all of his hair, and the top spike is really, really hard to do it on.
Yeah, it was really good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that detail. That's hilarious.
Like, his arm's getting tired.
Episode 72 starts. They go, by the way, the nurses aren't on the same floor as you. Anyway, bye.
Yeah, not just nurses. Nobody is on the same floor.
Yeah,
in this hospital.
They're all one floor down.
Yeah, I think it was this episode where I said, man, that's cool. They've introduced a villain that they may have to fight. They're also in a hospital. Last session was about territories, huh?
Yeah, and that's what I pointed out. Yeah, that Yu Yu Hakusho episode, the second part at least, was directed by Shimbo. So... I don't think this is going to hold the candle. And
of course not.
Of course it doesn't.
And I even pointed out again, same studio that did Yu Yu Hakusho, and also Naruto at the same time.
So these notes are going to get faster. Ririn beat up Cone.
Yes.
Hanataro
Good.
is at the convenience store working. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
you can click that image I posted now.
Well, I don't need to click that image because we both screen capped the exact same frame of the exact same anime.
I'm looking at a microwave.
You guys, when you're making pizza rolls in the air fryer.
Yes.
I was like, this is so good. I can't post it on Twitter until we do Chugging Bleach tomorrow. Don't want to spoil the image for Feel. And then Feel posted it immediately. And I'm like, oh my God.
Dude, I saw the spoilered like orange and new.
Yeah.
There's nothing brought me more joy in these episodes than him being immersed in the microwave.
He's like, oh my God, it warms up the food, but it's a cold oven. How does it work? And I'm like, this is the best shit. Please just give me this.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just
why
have
is it
A Hanataro arc.
Yeah, a Hanataro arc, or just any arc that was more no fighting, just stupid stuff like this.
Yeah, we need 30 episodes on this.
Yeah, slice of life nonsense.
Yeah, where's Don Kanonji?
Why do they call it an oven when you oven the cold food and out the hot food?
God damn it!
So it's really good. Hanataro's running that counter. He's staring at the microwave as it heats up one of the customers' food. The next customer at the counter is like, dude, you gonna ring me up? What are you doing? And then a giant shockwave hits it and knocks everything off the walls. And it's like, oh no, what caused this kinetic energy to fuck up this entire store? And it turns out it's Ganju. Ganju's outside. Him landing caused the shock.
Really good.
They're like, oh, Ganju, hey, we're friends. This is great. And then they hear police sirens and go, oh shit, we need to run.
Why is, like, of all the characters I expected to show up, Ganju was like not on the list because he's like not even supposed to have a way to get here?
Yep.
They're like, fuck you. Everybody from the last arc's main team.
Yeah, it's like, man, this is sure a filler. This is sure anime filler where it has no restraint at all.
You think this is bad? Just wait till we find Kuchiki working at a fucking library.
10 out of 10. 100 out of 10. Seeing that human being have to interact with normal people in any capacity. Like, Byakuya being like a retail employee would be the funniest thing in the world.
But yes, I support Ganju showing up because he's funny. I'm like, go ahead. Give him more material.
But then him showing up caused Hanataro to not work at the convenience store. I was very sad.
Well, at least we got the best thing they could have done with it right at the start.
Yes. So we got shadowy figures, check marks, bashed in darkness, talking about how weak and stupid human beings are and how much better they are. And I'm like, man, these are really verified users. This is fucking killing me.
Yes.
They're just sitting there all day jerking off about it. We then cut to Uryu. He's asleep. Rukia and Ichigo are by his side. They start having an argument. Rukia says thank you for out of nowhere, and Ichigo goes, you're creepy. That's creepy. Why did you say that? And she's like, I'm not creepy. And they keep yelling and they keep yelling. And then Uryu's like, come on, shut the fuck up. And there's a leaky faucet. Look out, Rukia. It's a stand is what I wrote. It starts overflowing. I remember the scene in Zeta Gundam. Renji has a bucket.
I don't know why he had the bucket already.
He's like, this was for, Uryu to piss in, I guess. But here's this piss bucket. We're going to put it under the sink in case it keeps overflowing. Or Hime has a comically huge bucket that's almost a kiddie pool.
Just as weighs the same as her.
Yeah, more. And then everyone goes, what's wrong with this thing? It just keeps overflowing. And Chad goes, it's pretty obvious it's broken.
Yes. Font of knowledge.
Because Chad's so good.
Every line he does is perfect, even the one that's stupid.
Orihime hears the door. She's like, what's that sound? What is that? Or maybe it was Rukia. What's that sound? And they open the door, and then the water just flows in. Apparently, it was like a mild river in the hallway. And they're like, whoa, what the hell? And Renji goes, this hospital looks nice, but underneath it's crap. And honestly, it would have been even funnier if he just said, but underneath it's ass.
God damn it.
The dolls start waking up the second that the main team is attacked by the water. They're not good at their job at all. So the main team gets attacked by the water. It's very good. Ichigo goes, I'm going to stab the water. And then I write his subnose twice.
I only have one move here. I'm sorry, I don't have anything else to bring to the table.
Yeah, Ichigo has nothing else. No things that shoot energy out of his sword. That doesn't happen.
Where's the Getsuga Tensho? He doesn't even need a Bankai for that.
I mean, also he can't use his Bankai. That would blow up the whole city.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. So it's like, where's his beam?
None of this.
Where's his neutral B? Come on.
I'd also like to point out that there is a territory user in the Yu Yu Hakusho arc who uses water just like this.
Yes.
Just throwing it out there.
Oh God, I forgot about that jobber.
So the water blob has a medallion in it, and
No one notices though.
no one notices.
No one at any point even points of... And you know what? I'm glad. Because if they had spent all this time fighting the water, been like, at the very end, we notice it, I'd have blacked out.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah, I was really afraid of that. The verified users are sitting there and they're like, it seems our doll has caught them off guard. It'll kill them before they even know it was ours.
The verified Twitter users, one of whom is Roger Craig Smith and sounds like he's doing the Moon and Knight voice. Again.
No, that's pretty accurate. I'm not the one who compares everything to Aqua Teen, but even I'm like, yeah, absolutely. You fucking nailed it.
And the other one is Brian Beacock basically doing the Monokuma voice, and it was killing me.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
That's really good. So, they run out into the hallway after stabbing the water a bit, and it went away. In the hallway, there's a water fountain, and it starts exploding. And it's like, oh no! And then the water covers Chad and Uryu's face, so they're being drowned while they're standing up. Ichigo chooses to not stab it this time. Rukia is doing some shit. It's Hato 31 ship in hole, sliding around the check. There's some sliding around the check marks again. Chad says they should avoid the stairs. I yell, what?
And just go to an elevator instead. The smartest thing he's ever said.
In what world does it make sense to get in an elevator when your enemy is tearing up an entire hospital with water powers? I'm freaking out. Everyone goes, Chad, you're so smart. Let's do that. I'm like, why is it like this?
Chad's so smart. Let's stay stationary for as long as possible.
We get like the Doom engine, them running through the hall scene.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we get 3D hallway running. It's pretty good. Check marks are like, we've dealt with situations like this before. Let's do it quickly again. And then we get the they get to the end of the hallway, and some Ruby and Sapphire trainers are at the end of the hallway. Apparently, these are the verified users. Or Hime goes, "Oh no, are these kids the one who? Oh no!" And then it cuts to their feet, and water starts pooling up next to their feet. And I'm like, "Yes, Orihime, they're the ones with the demon piss."
Oh no!
Apparently, the medallions were bottle caps that possess the water. It's very smart, and it's unfortunate that no one has a net. They start running, and they say the sentence, "We can't fight with Uryu injured like this." And then they're like, "Can't the dolls do shit?" They cause giant portals to appear and stuff. Can't you guys still do that? And they go, "Well, we can transport him like before, but with his body like this, we can only move him 2 meters."
Don't do it though.
And it's seemingly only the turtle one.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, the other one was
Ninja.
transforming, and I can't remember what Liren's power was.
Being the best design.
Yeah, other than that.
She could make like a big demon gate that Ichigo couldn't do anything about, but she doesn't even have like a minor version of that power.
Oh yeah, I guess it's just illusions in general. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
making
Yeah.
dumb puzzles.
Yeah.
Yes. Ruki and Renji do Hano 31 again. It doesn't really do anything. Ichigo picks up a lighter, gets an idea, grabs an oxygen tank, and blows out the entire floor.
They're all okay though.
A great part, honestly.
Ichigo really becomes like every preteen going, I know how to solve the bug problem. Axe and a lighter.
The canister exploded. It was very funny. People got upset at Ichigo. He's like, whatever, it worked, and I don't see you trying any ideas. The check mark still won't show up. The team gets on an elevator aside from Ichigo and Renji. Ichigo starts doing a fight with the children and then eventually cuts open the elevator and leaps in. They run outside and it's raining. Oh no, at least we're not in a fucking hospital anymore. Episode ends. Radio cone. Explosion at Karakura Hospital. Ichigo Kurosaki is unconscious and undergoing treatment. Cone forgot that they left his body there.
Which I think is very unfortunate and very funny.
Episode 73. Cone insists that there's a Rain Man among them. Renji makes it clear that he is not a Rain Man. A water ball appears. This is getting really Green Devil looking, really Yellow Devil looking.
Yeah.
They can't track them, they say, because they're covered in water.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
so-
is like, what?
Water's a good way to
What
camouflage.
fucking good are you?
I don't know. There's
It's raining out. Sorry. I just can't do
the
it.
fucking stand becomes Chaos from Sonic Adventure 1 because it's a tentacle monster made out of water.
There's a lot of hard counters in this with the rain and the stuff later where it's like, I'm sorry, it's like Pokemon.
Chad and Orihime are going to take Ryu out of here. I'm shocked no one put Sonic Adventure 1 over the scene, music over the scene for AMV Hell. They're two bounce talking outside of a shop in the rain with umbrellas. It's the fire one and the snake one. And then she goes to the snake one, the world doesn't run on ambition alone. And he replies, and this is literal, no comment. I'm like, man, they sure do like vampire stuff, but not know how to write at all.
Yeah, this guy sucks so bad that I like him because he's terrible.
If they had an idea for his terrible nature, like say Ganju's a fucking idiot, then I would agree. If people called him out on being a fucking airheaded person who pretends they're smarter than they are, that would be great too. But no, he just goes around acting like he's deep and doesn't have anything real to say, and the dialogue's terrible. Anyways, we cut to Ganju working at the convenience store, and I absolutely love this. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. I'm going to see if I have a picture of this next moment. No, I did not get that picture in time. In fact, I forgot to post some other really good pictures, so I will now do that randomly.
Okay.
Please enjoy.
Yes.
No!
We're just shotgunning these. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, this is sure. I forgot. It's been so long. It's been more than a decade. I forgot how anime filler looks because they don't do it anymore.
Dude, look at Clamp Rukia.
Yeah, Rukia being the same height as fucking Orihime is weird. I also like cracked out bird face.
Yeah, it's real sad when the animes have to keep running like this. It just makes things look horrible.
But yeah, Hanataro is outside of the shop with Ganju. They just closed up, I guess. Ganju and Hanataro somehow both sense the bounce, even though I thought only the mod souls could bounce their Reishi.
Look, they're sensing the other guy's powers, like Ichigo and Renji.
Okay. The checkmark boys catch up to Chad, Orihime, and Uryu, and the two mod souls that went with them. Chad's like, I'm going to solve this, and punches a lot, really hard, and he ends up hitting one of the kids. Then the kids go, oh no, don't hit us apart.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, that stupid.
I'm like, why didn't you try this sooner? Then they say, one thing about those twins, they never attack separately. Rukia confirms that they're spooky twins who have resonance power.
Yeah, that all twins seem to have.
It's very smart.
And then J.J. Abrams watched this filler and wrote Rise of Skywalker.
No!
We cut to a scene that has a nice little cozy living room. This is later sort of implied to be the real headquarters of the bounce. It doesn't look like the other place. The other place didn't look done at all. This place looks kind of done. But in this living room, there's a dude that's blatantly Light Yagami and another dude who's buff and has shades that's straight up voiced by Richard Epcar.
Yes.
It's pretty incredible.
It felt really good because we've been dealing with these twins these past couple episodes. I'm like, oh man, finally we don't have the dudes at home.
Yeah, we need new jobbers so that we can kill these jobbers already, please.
As I stare at Light Yagami, I start feeling extra bad over noticing the intro was trying to be hardcore Death Note music during the last set of episodes because fucking Light Yagami's here on screen in this filler arc, and Jesus Christ. We find out, and I think this is the first time they say it, Ghoul and Gunta are the name of the dual water thing.
They say it a few times throughout where they're like, Ghoul, Gunta, but it's like, you're just coping with what's happening.
The whole cast is here. They get bubbles into their faces. The water's forcing its way into their nose.
Make it blow up.
Little note here that says, I wonder if they should hit the children yet, which once again aren't children because they're vampires.
Yeah.
I need to say this now because I think we passed it, but I'm going to say it anyway. At one point, they're like, what do humans call water? First of all, you're humans. You're humans. You're weird humans, but you're still humans. Secondly, the staff of life. I'm like, no, that's wrong. The staff of life is bread, you dumb motherfucker.
I was like, this will kill someone. I don't know. Agra's not watching. Maybe we'll get through it and no one will say anything. And feel opened with that. And I was like, oh, this is great.
No stone left unturned.
Ding!
The mod soul said they couldn't do anything about anything, but then they realized they could teleport them a shitload and then they eat that child off the cliff, and it's very, very good.
Yes.
Then the kid says, well, whatever, I don't need the other twin. And then Ichigo's theme starts playing, which kind of counters what he said.
Which means it's over.
Some Hados get thrown, some other stuff happens. We're not getting good progress, though. Ganju shows up, and then a cool theme plays on top of that. It's really great. Ganju goes, I'm going to blow it up. So then he blows it up, and it works, and so does the effects package the animation studio owns.
Yes. And I'm like,
Yes.
and my brain went, oh my God, they were smart enough to go, the only person that's suitable to counter the worst jobbers I've ever seen is fucking Ganju.
That he just happens to have a firework that's better than any Hado. It's really funny.
Yes.
I thought the direction they would have gone was like, oh, I just throw a bunch of dust and shit at them and the water gets sucked up by the dust and they're powerless. But no, it's even dumber.
Yes. Yeah, no, that would make any form of sense and could be cool. This is just funny.
No, I think this is really cool because Ganju killed 2 children.
Nope, it's super fucking stupid. The bottle caps get exploded out of the water and then they burn up, and then the kids age insanely and turn into green particle effects, which are also a working part of their effects package. Apparently, at some point, Uryu wandered off.
I like this scene because you just watch them decay and Ganju smirk.
Yes, that's me. I'm also smirking because if it went on another episode, I would have deducted 9%.
Me when I block minors on Twitter.
We cut to that room from before the head. Really buff, cool shades man who's Richard Epcar and Light Yagami. This time, Light Yagami's hair is black instead of brown, in the exact same shade as the actual character. And they say Ho and Bon are defeated, but they don't seem too hurt about it. We got Glasses, who's drawn like shit. Old Man, knockoff Troa, Light Yagami, whose hair is black now, and Shades Man. And this Gene guy just starts laughing, and that's the end of that scene and the episode. And then we get the radio cone, where Izuru and Shuhei are struggling to live. They're just barely getting by. They're in so much hideous pain. And then it turns out the nurses are just working on their feet. Unohana watches them. And that's the end of the episodes.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Thank you.
I'm glad we were able to get through these.
I'm going to post some more pictures.
Oh, no. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, that's good. I like that.
This is a good picture. This is a really good picture.
All right. Time to move on to Best Dressed, the section where we figure out who was dressed best in the set of episodes. I'm going to steal and go first. I'm going to say Ganju.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, he's got the big pants. It's a good look.
He's got
his
pants.
do-rag.
Big pants.
Yes. Dan, who do you think was the best dressed?
Riri as a bird.
Yeah, that's definitely.
That's a fact, Jack.
Mr. Friel?
I'm going to say Ichigo's E-Beetle shirt that he wears in the middle of these episodes. I still am not sure exactly what it's supposed to be conveying, because it seems to be spelled E-B-E-A-T-L-L.
Very cool.
E-Beetle.
And KZ?
Jean Kadia's incredibly strange outfit of an overdressed shirt that's red mostly, but one chunk's black with an orange necktie.
Didn't you spend the majority of these 5 episodes shit talking how it looked?
No.
Okay. I thought you kept saying how bad it looked, my man.
Yeah, it's great. That's why it's great.
Look, he just buys 2 dress shirts and sews them together. It's not that hard to understand.
His mom buys 2 dress shirts.
I think it might, in fact, be symbolic.
I 100% would believe that Kubo has a shirt like that.
Yeah. All right, Dan. We've got one of those special sections for you.
Oh, okay.
Are you excited to watch more Bleach?
Yeah, those kids are dead.
Yeah. Right? Okay. Yeah.
There's
There's positivity here.
Yeah.
Episode 72, man, were we having that moment? They better be out next episode.
Yeah.
They better be out next episode.
They should not have lasted more than 1 episode. They are not good enough for that.
Probably, yeah.
You know what's cool when you watch JoJo's? These kids in JoJo's, you would have believed all throughout episode 72 that they were going to be able to find a way to deal with them in episode 72. In Bleach, you know damn well they're not going down.
Yes, that is true. I even had to check this next set to be like, please don't. I hope we're not trapped in something else at the end. And it was like, no. And I was like, thank God. No, don't do this.
Yeah. It's still got that really bad problem where it's like these characters just, they can't act like they normally would. Like they all seem weaker than they were last season. They seem weaker than they were in the first arc of Bleach. It's insane.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
I'd like to apologize to the Garlic Jr. arc.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Because at least things happen in the Garlic Jr. arc. Like the Garlic Jr. arc is like 11 episodes long. It'd already be over.
Right.
And at least like the whole point is that Gohan isn't weaker. He keeps getting really mad and killing people.
All right, Phil. Hit me with some trivia.
I have many options this time. I'm gonna need to
Did you know Orihime is 99 pounds?
I was definitely planning to come out with some bullshit stupid thing at some point like that. This is hard this time because I have so many really stupid options, including shit I made up because that's also part of it.
Mm-hmm.
All the Bount are just designs Kubo had in like his book and just gave the anime team.
And for people who aren't familiar with the segment, we have to say whether or not we believe that is a true fact.
Yes, some of these are true and some of these are wrong, or just me making shit up. So KZ can start.
This seems plausible as Kubo likes drawing a lot of characters. So I'll say yes.
Dan?
I'm going to say yes.
Bob?
I'm going to say no. I don't feel like these are up to the standards of the other characters that he seems to draw at random.
The answer is no, except he did design Jinkaria, which you can probably tell because of his stupid shirt.
Yes, that is what really pushed me. His dumb hair.
That is the only one of these he designed, I think.
Yeah, I don't believe he would design a soul patch the way that one dude has at Ryoga.
See, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I would have believed the bird rear end was one of his designs. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, but he said the bounce.
That's true.
One of those was just Light Yagami.
That's true. One of those was Light Yagami. Yeah, that's true. For some reason, when he said the bounce, I'm like, okay, everyone in this shit arc.
No.
Instead of being like, oh yeah, just those people, not these 3 dolls. Yeah, if I had thought about it, if I had realized that, oh yeah, no, none of these fucking look at them. One of them's Light Yagami.
Right? All right. Time for our summary, a wrap-up segment where we have to rate these episodes on a tightness scale, 0 to 25. Feel, I'll let you lead the way.
I'm going to say 10, because this was below par, but it wasn't super painful. It was just kind of like, move on.
Please.
Move on. We don't need 3 episodes of these water children.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Water children.
Yeah.
That's fucking good.
Yeah, that
It's like so far every villain in this arc is like the worst type of filler jobber, where you're offended not just because they suck, but because they're not being dispatched at the rate jobbers should be dispatched.
right.
Yeah.
That's always the worst. Like JoJo's constantly has a jobber show up, but they're usually insane and get owned in that one episode.
Yes.
And that's what makes it fun. Whereas this is like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Here's our 5 episodes about a guy who can make holes you step in. Nobody can figure out how to not get owned.
KZ, how do you rate these episodes?
Well, it was clearly better than what we had last time.
Right.
I was enjoying the first like 3. I think were all right, aside from the bad art, but I came in expecting that. The final 2 were weak, because it was just not, that fight went on for too long. But cross-referencing other scores I had in the past, I'm downing it a little bit. I'm gonna give it the same thing I gave the OVAs, an 11.
All right. I'll go ahead and go. I'm going to give this a 10. It's still really weak, but it's probably about twice as good as what we saw last time.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 episodes I kind of liked, and then 2 that are really bad. Okay, Dan, you go ahead.
Okay, so another thing that's important to bring up about JoJo's. Yeah, they have jobbers, but you know what? Those jobbers, the main cast will react to how stupid they are.
Yeah, they don't act like it's normal, like they're scared.
You can hear Polnareff in your brain just being like, they're just children. They manipulate water. That seems kind of lame. No one does that here.
No.
They never will.
And that's why jobbers in this aren't as enjoyable as they are in JoJo's.
Imagine if JoJo had a 5-episode arc about the sun.
That didn't end with them throwing one rock.
Yeah. They couldn't figure out how to defeat the sun.
Also, what kills me about this stuff is, like, JoJo's has a very down-to-earth, like, everyone's human. Everyone can die like a person would.
Yes.
Whereas Bleach and other shonen stuff, typically that's not the case. Like, these characters take hundreds of swords through their chest, can reflect blades by having their muscles stronger. It's these aren't normal people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It does cut the tension for sure. I'm actually more positive on these episodes than you 3. I have no idea what's up with you. I'm rating this above episodes 31 through 35, which I felt was a really gut-wrenching moment where we went, oh no, this is really bad. Why did they do this to us? I'm going to say the Hatatoro bit and Ganju really save it with the convenience store stuff. There's some neat stuff aside from that. And, we get to things keep moving up until the last 2 episodes. If more of this was the last 2 episodes, I would be giving it below a 10. But I, in fact, will be giving this a 14.
Ooh.
It's a very, very high score. That brings the total up to a 45.
Wow, that's over double last time.
Yeah, if it
It's
for
now
me,
tied with the OVA.
if it maintained those first 3 episode momentum, totally to be down for it. But I just those 2 episodes are bad.
Oh yeah, I was gonna give this like a 14 until I realized, oh shit, this hospital thing's gonna be 2 episodes and not 1.
But see, here's the thing, okay?
Yeah.
I think that's just a problem with episode 4, right? The 4th episode we watched, which was 72. I think the episode after that is tolerable and actually good and has some good Ganju shit, and
That's fair.
it's fine. I think it's really just one bad episode. Also, I'm not a huge fan of the snake fight, but, you know, I think I've seen worse in this series.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why I'm going with the 14. I think, you know, all things considered, I'm not deflated like I was, you know.
Oh no,
right?
I've got good vibes. You're right. You've talked me into a 12.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Chugging Bleach. We are getting through all of Bleach.
We in fact are.
Goodbye.
To be continued.
And then-
Flashes.
And then Bob goes, GigaBoots will prevail.
Thanks for listening. Shows like Mondo Cool and Chugging Bleach are only possible thanks to our wonderful supporters over on Patreon. If you head on over to patreon.com/gbpodcasts and pledge at the $5 or above level, you not only get early access to Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool before they're released to the public, but you'll also gain access to exclusive shows like Armchair Devs Extra and Cursed Content by Committee. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
This month's GigaBoots executive producers are Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Starfalcon, Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Dobo Muito Real, Ace Gundam Pilot Adam Admar, Cooper Tank, Zilter, and Virmvarn. Thank you very much to our executive producers. And also these gamers. If you want to be a gamer or ascend to God Kinghood, then head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.